Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Yo, what's good, Bears Nation? Welcome to Bears on Tracks by Chicago Sports Podcast, where we're breaking down everything Chicago Bears with that Windy City Fire. I'm your host of the most, Tracks, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, KB in the building, and also the other KB. Will the real KB please stand up? Please stand up. This is awesome. I got Chris Brown and the other KB. So what's good, guys? How you guys doing?
I'm doing good, Beautiful Saturday. Football finally back. We got the college game going, but we're gonna look into this preseason. So we're gonna see what that's about.
Oh yeah. Your boy. So it's a wonderful Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Been doing a little moving today, But hey man, I'm willing to jump on, partner. Talk a little Bears football.
Fresh on the farm right there, bro. Fresh on the farm, man. And
Yes,
that's
sir.
why we had to put you front and center, because I'll tell you right now, you got the perfect, iconic country flavor going on back there. So we had to put you front and center, buddy. So I wouldn't mind being off right now because I got my contacts are all wore out, so I'm back to my glasses. So I can't stand wearing these things, but I got to be able to see the screen. You know what I'm saying? These old guys. All right, so let's top this off, man. Here's the deal. Hey, Bears fans, let's buckle up because we're diving into one of the most electrifying games, man, we've seen in a minute, man. It's been a while. The Chicago Bears just pulled off a jaw-dropping 29-27 comeback win against the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2025 preseason finale at Arrowhead. Unbelievable, man. But hold up. New head coach Ben Johnson, he's not happy, folks. This dude's got his hair on fire, and I'm loving every second of his high intensity, man. We're talking 400-plus yards of offense, a clutch game-winning touchdown by Tyson Bagent to rookie sensation Jahdae Walker. And yet, Ben Johnson's out here calling out the team like they just lost by freaking 30 points, man. Chris, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I got to know, how are you feeling after this wild win? Are you hyped up, frustrated, or just, this is preseason? Lay it on me, man, and then we'll ask KB after.
It's a little bit of it's preseason, but I'm kind of excited just because of the simple fact that when you listen to Ben Johnson, he kind of has that mentality of the late great Kobe Bryant when it was the playoff interview. They say you're up by 2 games, why you not smiling? And he look at him and say, job not done yet. And when you look at this team, there's some things we still got to tighten up, and some corrections we got to make. Tackling being one of them from what I've seen throughout this preseason. I'm very excited because of the fact it's a different look, but I can't wait though. I can't wait to see how this season goes.
How about you, KB?
Oh man. It's refreshing, man, because it don't seem like good enough is good enough. You know what I'm saying? If it's not being done to perfection, then it's not a brand of football. You seen Coach came out at the halftime and said, I don't know what that was that first half, but it's not what we do. It's not what we're going to be known for here. And I mean, his issue lied in that point. Guys came out, they looked a little flat. You seen the post snap issues. You see the mistake that Caleb had with the snap, and it just didn't look as polished as it did last week against the Bills. You do get the one good drive in there at the end for Caleb where he scored. I'm gonna take the score regardless. I don't care if half the defense was twos or not. They still had starters out there playing. So
absolutely, KB, because the other side of that, the flip side of that, we can't talk out of both sides of our mouth like some of the fans out there. Yeah, I'm talking to you in the back. I'm talking to you in the back. I hear, you're a little hush hush, but now you're all of a sudden, you're piping up. And here's the deal. Oh, well, it's against the twos and the threes. Well, guess what, pal? If we lost against the twos and the threes, you'd be tearing them up. So make it make sense. If it's one side, it's got to be both sides. So celebrate, and we'll tolerate your hate, but only to a certain extent, because you know what? The bus is moving with or without you, and there's plenty of room, but it's getting a little crowded. So you better do it right now. We give you one more week. You got a bye week, right, KB? Right, Chris? They got a bye week. After that, we want to hear nothing, okay? We want to hear all positivity, man, because there's a lot of good things going on, and I like to back up what KB just said right now with a video. So get your popcorn and let's take a look at this, man. This guy right here, we all wrote him off, okay? We said, oh, well, Ben Johnson already fired him one time, and I don't think he's got much left in the tank. He's on the wrong side of 30, blah, blah, blah. Check this out, man. I think the old man still got wheels. Let's see if I could do this. It might be because I stepped on one of my son's Legos, but if I had to do this because a man, I had to jump over somebody, something's wrong, okay? Call the ambulance. I tried some moves back in the day, and it never looked like this, okay?
Little play action. He's going to get out in the flat to Swift. And Swift leaps over the Chiefs defender. Tamari Connor got hurdled. Pretty nifty run there from DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, Connor goes to take out his legs, and Swift anticipates that, gets over the top.
Yeah, those rights right there are owned by the NFL Network and Chicago Bears. We do not owe those rights, but man, it was nice to clip that up and share it with you guys, man. What are your thoughts about something like that? I know they even said in the game, they're like, it's preseason, whatever, but hey, you can't take that juice out of somebody, man. When you got it in you and you got to make a play, you got to make a play. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it back to you, KB, because I kind of cut you off, man. But isn't that crazy, dude? That was a crazy, for a track star,
hammy, bro.
That's one thing, but
that's a blown hammy. I'm looking. I'm hurt. You hear me? I can't jump over the shoebox. My man hurdled the whole person. Cleared them. You hear me?
Dude, let's stay on track right now with tracks. It's like coffee. I'm slow like the percolator right now, okay? I'm not like I'm not like the Keurig where, you just put a cup in and boom, here it goes. I'm like, you better wait your time. I'm going to get over this guy. It's slow. It's slow. But man, that was amazing.
I was going to say, like I said, just hearing them talk, man. Like I said, from like what I said in the beginning, man, nothing sounds good enough to him. Right. If it's not being run the way he wants it ran or how he envisions it being ran, then it's not good enough. And it's like I said, it's refreshing. I'm gonna use that word a bunch. It's refreshing to hear, because before we would we had a good game. We got to go back and we got to look at the tape. No, Ben Johnson's being honest and up front. No, bro, it's not good enough. I don't like how the ones play at all. No, he gave Tyson Bagent and those boys their flowers, and if Jahdae Walker does not make this roster, we riot.
Speaking of which, before we go there, hold your thought, Chris Brown. We got a good one. Here you go. This is on track with Ben Johnson. Check this clip out.
Held the ball for, it was like 5 seconds, I think.
Sounds like good protection.
And took a sack.
See, last week was a really good start for us. This week it wasn't quite the same. It didn't feel like. So once again, we'll take a look at that and we'll see what we need to address with it.
And that clip right there, folks, was brought to you by CHGO. They created that, and Chicago Bears. So we do not own the rights to that, but we clipped it out, share it with you guys. That's exactly what KB was talking about. Chris Brown, how do you feel about this approach with our new head coach?
I think this approach is actually the type of approach we need. It's just we keep pacifying the mistakes that keep being made but throughout week to week. And when he came in the building, he has a standard, and that standard's always going to be the standard. No excuses, no passes. So if you don't meet that standard, he's going to try to correct it, and you're just going to have to be, not on the field. But the way he's going about building this team, that's a championship mindset. You have to have everything situated. Having a play go wrong is no longer an excuse, or we can't just go, we'll get him next time. No, we got to get it done right now. The sense of urgency and the sense of accountability, and he's doing that every single step of the way.
Absolutely, man. Hey, listen right now, folks. You don't have to wait for church on Sunday. Chris Brown is bringing it to you right now, man. Chris Brown, like downtown Julie Brown. This guy's dropping it like it's hot, man. I swear to God. Woo, baby. You guys are on fire. You guys brought the heat, man. Hey, I'll tell you what. These boys get you fired up, though. I'm telling you right now, we're not square dancing this year, man. We are doing some Jahdae Walker, and we'll show that video later. But, hey, guys, oh, my gosh. Check it out. He's ready. Look at this guy. He's ready to dance. Man. You guys don't want me to dance. We will lose viewers right away. Okay. So, and like my wife says, it's not in the budget for you to get an ambulance ride out to try to pull a hammy doing a little slick willy dance, But here's the deal, guys. If you are as fired up as I am about Ben Johnson's no nonsense, smash that like button right now. We've been craving this kind of energy in Chicago, and this is exactly what this team and this city's needed, man. I'm telling you right now, drop your thoughts in the comments below. How you feeling after this game? Hyped, worried? Let's hear it, man. And if you like and subscribe to the channel, you automatically entered in for a custom Chicago Bears jersey of your choice. We've already given away 2, man, and we're announcing the winner at the end of this month, man, on our community page. And we've just dropped a winner just recently with Cheryl Childers, man. She got a brand new Devin Hester jersey coming her way. Oh, and we've got another Tyson Bagent jersey giveaway going on pretty soon. So don't sleep on that either, guys, okay? So, all right, so let's dive into this. Ben Johnson walked into that postseason press conference with a smile. And I'm thinking, oh, he's happy we got the dub. Nope. That smile flipped straight to up intensity. Man, this guy's a madman, and I'm here for it, guys. Off the field, he's the nicest dude in the world. But between the lines, it's all business, and he's bringing that Chicago grit. Let me hit you with what he said about the offense. Offensively, the first 2 possessions was really sloppy football, and that has plagued us in and out of camp so far. And unfortunately, that's what we've got here. Oof. Hey, Chris, what's your take on Ben Johnson starting his presser like that? I mean, they just beat the Chiefs, and he's out here ripping into the team. How do you feel about that, man? Is that a little too heavy-handed, or do you feel like we need some of that? We need some of that tough grit in this blue-collar town of Chicago, bro.
I don't think it's heavy-handed. I think it's just accurate. I mean, when you look at this, you look at the roster, how it's built to what Ben Johnson usually does. That's 1. It has the talent. That's 2. And there's too much for you to be like just being subpar, starting sloppy out in the beginning of the game. So the inconsistencies is bugging him, and I understand it because of the simple fact that it's like, we're better than this. He knows they're better than that, but they have to play up to it. And so it's about consistency. They get it going early. We've seen it the preseason game before the Chiefs. You've seen when Caleb got hot using the tight ends, the running back, and everything. And then now during the preseason game against the Chiefs, you see 2 sloppy drives right out the gate. You can't have that. You have to be able to run all systems go for every game, and then have the other team play to catch up and not you.
Yeah, I love it. What about you, KB? How do you feel about it, man?
Like I told you, man, it's needed. It's the mark of a true coach, right? Yep. I don't want you to congratulate me on things that are small and minuscule. If we're supposed to be running this offense and it's supposed to look a certain way, I'm not getting a pat on the back for that. Now you get a pat on the back for making the special plays when special plays are made.
Right.
No, man, come coach me hard. Tell me where I messed up on, even if the play turned out good. I don't like your footwork. Oh, I don't like the arm angle, how you threw that pass. I don't like the fact you didn't go to your second or third receiver and you locked on to one person the whole drive. I want that type of coaching, because that's how you get better. Now I'm back. I'm dropping in my back step. I'm worried. I'm thinking about how my feet are going. Oh, I'm going overhand with my pass. I'm not doing side angles. There's none of this wonky mechanics. It's all perfect mechanics. Now you're thinking about it. You're starting to get it down to the point where it's muscle memory. It just happens. So now basics are being done, and guess what? It looks like how I did when you played the Bills.
Yes, I agree exactly what you say. Repetition leading to retention, and that's very important to have early out. A lot of people are saying Indiana Jones, rightfully so. It is only preseason, but listen, jobs are on the line. These jobs matter. It is a great deal of difference from not only a playing time, but also money and just your whole career future, your trajectory. These guys pay attention. These guys, all this stuff matters. None of it should be overlooked, especially at the very last audition of who is going to be the next future Uber driver of America. Who is going to be the next future Uber driver of America? Because that's hey, look at some of these guys might come up with a cold sandwich or a hot sandwich and a cold beer for DoorDash. You never know who's going to be knocking on your door. These guys want to play, man. You look at Detroit Lions, they had 14, 17 guys injured. Next man up every time. And they blew the doors off of everybody, scoring at a clip of 30, 40 points a game. And they did it with their second and third string. And some guys were even practice squad guys that had to level up because of all of that attrition through injury and all that stuff. This stuff matters. And guess what? Speaking through the other side now, if we got blown up, guess what happens? Oh, woe is me. So, I mean, seriously, you got to celebrate the win. But like these two gentlemen to the right of me are saying, it is good that Ben Johnson is calling them out on their stuff. And you could see the automatic in-game changes. They didn't wait till the end of game. They fought back and they won. And they celebrated in everything. And you know what? They zoomed in at Pat Mahomes and he was smiling. Everybody was like, dude, come on. How could you not look? This is football, man. We get excited about these podcasts. We get excited about these little clips. We get excited about all this stuff. Now football's on the field and you're telling us not to get excited as fans. Tell that to the players that their jobs are on the line, man. This is what they're showcasing for. This is where Ben Johnson says, no block, no rock. And you talk to a guy like Luther Burden and you look at him and say, wow, he like made that matter. Now, I didn't watch him, and you guys maybe in Missouri, Chris, KB, you guys might have watched in Missouri. Right hand to God, I did not. I'm sorry. But I didn't pay attention to him. I don't know if he blocked like he did back then. But, dude, this guy is on a mission from God, and he's saying, I'm going to block because I want that damn rock, And I love this.
I will say this. They did make it sound like he was a little bit of a diva coming out of Missouri.
Okay.
They talked about it from his junior, I won't say his junior year, whatever it was, it might have been his sophomore year.
Yeah. When
he had the good quarterback to this year where he played and he didn't have the juice and the good quarterback. And it was all he's mad. He's not getting the ball. He's taking plays off. He's doing this and he's doing that. So to see him with that fight in him, oh yeah. Ben Johnson and that boy year.
Yeah. Oh no, man. What do you got to say about this? I know you're licking your chops, KB. What you got, bud?
Okay, so I know why you didn't watch Luther Burden on that play, and here's why. Because I'm pretty sure, as a former old lineman, you was loving the way Ozzie Trapillo collapsed that whole side inward, so Luther Burden could hit that block and the running back go in the end zone. I know you celebrated inside.
I saw
When you see a right tackle make that side of the defense get washed down like that,
Yep.
it's a good feeling. And that's something he did similar to his Boston College tape. I mean, it was to the point where running backs were cut back to where he was blocking at.
Wow.
And so when you have that, Ben Johnson getting Luther Burden being able to bring that physicality on crackback blocks, this thing, it builds a level of excitement because now we are trying to be the hammer. We are no longer wanting to be the nail. And we have a head coach that is bringing that to the table. And it's starting to show slowly. And it's starting to show in the rookies.
And that's why with what well put, by the way, both you gentlemen, thank you. I got to get used to calling you Chris because you know your nickname with me is KB. I can't do this twice. It's crazy. Muck says, is it just me or did the team as a whole, including Caleb, look nervous out there? Listen, a guy like Ben Johnson's going to make you nervous. And if you're not nervous in the service, your heart is in the wrong place because I'm telling you what, your butt's on the line. Your job's on the line. Every play matters. I'm telling you, with a guy like Ben Johnson, everything matters. Remember when we had training camp? It wasn't that long ago, okay? It wasn't that long ago, was it? Where he was pulling guys off of the field. He pulled Caleb off the field, the whole freaking first string off the field, and embarrassed all those grown men with everybody that was watching it, including their own teammates, and saying, you guys sit your butts down. All the second string, third string, come on in. He would have done that in that game. I'm telling you, if things got too bad, he would have recycled and rinse, repeat. So yes, Muck, they were nervous and they are playing the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid. This is a big game, and Kansas City Chiefs, they came hard too, man. They did not loosen up at all. And we had some dogs that were out. We had Jalen Johnson that was out. We had Kyler Gordon that was out. We had several other players that were out.
Jarrett, the starting linebackers.
Grady Jarrett, it's huge. Right through the middle. When Grady Jarrett's not there with Billings, what happens, dude? I mean, we could have okay, that's a lie. We would have got no yards, but it feels like we could have got some yards. This is NFL grown men running 4.5s that are 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. I'm just saying, hypothetically, it feels like with those big holes, and we corrected them as we went on, but like you said, Grady Jarrett out, big hole to fill, brother. Big hole to fill.
I want to just throw this out there too. Just speaking on this whole thing with Ben Johnson. I don't know if you guys have seen a report that said that after those first couple drives, you had Tyson Bagent starting to warm up, and Caleb took his helmet off and handed it to whoever the guy is that he has his helmet to to come out. And Ben Johnson's like, nah, bro, all y'all get your asses back out there. we finishing this thing with a touchdown.
Wow, I love that.
Apparently, he thought they were coming off the field, and Ben Johnson was like, no.
Wow.
Nope.
Well, there you go. There you go, Indiana Jones and everybody else that's worried, including Muck, about what was going on. When your boss says, get your tails back out there and get back out there, you're going to start. Hey, man, he means business. He's there to win. Whether it's co-ed, YMCA, I guarantee you anything that guy is doing, going out to get mail, he's beating the wife to the mailbox every time. He might take her out. I don't know. But hey, listen, here's another point that Ben Johnson made it, and I like what he said. Okay, follow with tracks, man. Track with tracks. It is disappointing to me offensively for sure. I thought we had worked our way out of that. This is a guy who's not about moral victories, man. He's not going to sugarcoat things, man. He's not going to put lipstick on a pig or polish a turd. He's going to call it out for what it is, okay? Yeah, we got 424 total yards, 310 passing yards, and 114 rushing yards. 36 minutes of possession, but that first quarter, a disaster. Less than 75 yards against Kansas City starting defense. Caleb Williams, the offensive line, the whole unit looked out of sync. First play of the game, fumble on a handoff to DeAndre Swift. Caleb falls on it, thank God. But then it sets the tone. Braxton Jones got bull rushed all night by Chris Jones, who got the only sack on Caleb. Receivers weren't getting open. Caleb held on the ball too long. It was messy. Chris, what do you make of that first quarter meltdown? Were you seeing the same type of sloppy stuff Johnson was talking about?
Oh, absolutely. And what was happening was just lack of execution, just the little things you need to take care of in order to execute plays properly. Just getting the handoff. Like, no, don't fumble that. And then you have like the route running is obvious. Like it's not that the DB knows exactly what route you're running. It's just you're not running the route correctly with the basic timing or just certain things like rounding off the route instead of making a hard cut. And the quarterback, sometimes you just have to settle down in the pocket. Don't be so quick to jump off your read. You may be out of sync. And so these things, I believe, happen because they came out sloppy. They probably thought, hey, look what we did the preseason game before. We're going to do it to these guys. That fumble happens. Now everyone's kind of shaken up. Now they have to build it back. So I think that they have to have a level of composure where it's like, we do great, that's good. We do bad on the play, we got to make up. But we know we can still do it. We can get it done. I just think that level of confidence in the offense isn't fully there yet because of the inconsistency.
I agree. And you know what? Speaking of which, let's end this portion, not the whole show, on a high note really quick. Let's watch that throw from Caleb to Rome Odunze. Get your popcorn.
Williams underneath, and it is caught for a touchdown by Odunze. He cashes in to close the drive. And a well-executed 2-minute drill for Chicago and Caleb Williams.
Good anticipation, pulled the trigger, and you saw Caleb. He was ready to throw that ball.
Shout out right now. Shout out to our forever co-host and Jim Miller that we're up there at the casino with. That guy is killing it on high levels with these shows, the preseason. Jim Miller is a force to be reckoned with, man. He did a great job, and so did the rest of his crew. But, man, walk me through what that touchdown looked like for you, KB, when you saw that in the end zone. That laser, just quick draw, just bang, boom. That is what, for me, that's what I need to see from my, 1, 2, 3, let it rip. And I'll tell you what, one thing that I saw before I hand this off over to you, bro, one thing that Tom Moore said, the offensive coordinator for Peyton Manning, that turned him over from a woeful rookie to a bunch of mishaps and career most interceptions thrown in the history of ever in the NFL for his rookie season to masterful sophomore year was Tom Moore told him, I don't want to see that ball in your hand in 3 seconds. 3 seconds or less, let it rip. When you see that ball get thrown that quickly out of his hands, and you heard Ben Johnson say that, the reporter said 5 seconds. He goes, good blocking, plenty of time. What do you see right there with that read and reaction with, Caleb and the offensive line dot to Rome and the play calling also? What do you see in all of that, KB?
I see Ben Johnson pulling him aside and say, hey, brother, you had amazing blocking on that sack, and you held the ball for too damn long.
I love that.
Get back to what we've been practicing.
Yeah.
What have we been telling you to do?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Let the ball go. It's just like you said. It's a hell of a thing, man. It's a hell of a thing. Coaching means a lot. Like I said, I'm a big proponent of coaching. I watched the Saints go from a playoff team, Super Bowl hopeful, to the next year wouldn't even sniff the playoffs because their coach wasn't there. Ben Johnson is serious about what he's preaching.
Yeah.
So when you seen that drive, you seen everything was in sync. That last drive, it was boom, boom, ball out, boom, boom, ball out, boom, boom, ball out. And then you have Rome who sat down in that soft part of the zone, wide open pretty much. Then Caleb dots the ball straight to him, strong-armed it. It looked like a very good drive at that point. But you could tell somebody got pulled aside.
Absolutely.
Somebody got pulled aside. Got something in that ear, said, hey, man, what do we practice?
Absolutely, man. And I think that's, like you said, you don't want to coddle players, even if you got a superstar first-round pick. Listen, Ben knows everybody's job's on the line. Caleb has to excel. This offense has to excel. That's what he came in for. He's not going to coddle him. He's going to call him out right there. You got to make the change right now. No better person than to ask Chris about this, a Marine, about going hard on somebody, about iron sharpen iron, about calling them out right now for bad behavior, taking care of it right now, right, cutting it off right now, having a short leash on them. What did you see right there in terms of that? Walk us through with that. I mean, and seriously, here's the thing. When you have a bad, the fumble exchange, all that kind of stuff, he could have totally just melted and just totally gave up. But to see that finish, what do you see in all of that, KB?
I saw a level of confidence. What I see is I'll go run with what KB says, because guess what? If I don't think you can do it, I'm not going to be in your ear when you mess it up. And so when you have a guy get on your back, it's because he knows you have the potential to make that play work. And what I also seen on that play was a quarterback that had confidence in his offensive line, a quarterback that had confidence in where his receiver was supposed to be in a certain coverage, and have confidence to make the throw. When you see a quarterback rip a ball like that in the middle of the field, no matter where it is, there has to be a level of confidence, because when you don't have that confidence in your line, when you don't have that confidence in your receivers, you're a little timid. He was waiting to rip that. And that confidence, you've seen it, it started to build on that drive with the execution. It's like, yeah, now we got him. Now we rolling. And that's what Ben Johnson wants from the beginning. Let's get rolling as soon as the game starts. So, I mean, it was a slow start, but what Ben Johnson's looking for was on that drive.
That's awesome, man. So well said. I love what you said right there. You unpacked it very good. And you know what? That was important to finish. That was the crescendo of everything, getting back to what KB said also. Like, you can really see the changes right before your eyes. We didn't have to wait to the adjustment into. Remember last year, guys? What happened last year? We were a second half team. We started out slow, all this kind of stuff. Ben's like, no. I'm cutting it off right now. Let's make it happen, man. And you look, guys, you wouldn't know it from the box score. The Bears owned the game overall, but against KC's ones, not good enough against their ones, right, guys? This is a Chiefs team that could be a Super Bowl champ, man, and in the Super Bowl at the very least. And if we're dreaming of playoffs, we got to be ready for squads like that. Patrick Mahomes, elite as ever, was out there carving us up, man. Speaking of which, the defense didn't exactly shine either. They gave up 180 yards to Mahomes and company in just 4 drives. Chris, are you worried about this defense going up against a quarterback like Mahomes without Jalen Johnson out there? I mean, they're missing Tremaine Edmonds, Austin Booker, but still, this is a deep unit. Like, what's going on? What's your take on this?
My only issue is tackling, getting the guys to the ground, and just in the first couple drives, it just looked like they were getting pushed back, especially in the interior of that defensive line. So, I mean, that was the biggest concern. The secondary, I wouldn't say that's much of a concern, because Mahomes had to extend the play for a very long time to let guys get open and try to just create as the play goes. But I think more of the run defense is more concerning because of the fact that they were just able to run off of a rookie and a 1-year left tackle and get some yards. That's concerning to me.
Okay. And what do you got to say about that, KB? Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Everything he said was true. But the other thing that you've seen that started to rear the ugly head was the lack of pass rush. The fact that we don't have our guy out there because he's dealing with the knee injury. I don't know why I forget this kid's name every freaking time.
Booker.
Yes, Austin Booker.
Yep.
And you see he's going to be gone for a couple weeks now. Yeah. But right now, to me, Austin Booker might actually be your spark plug for your pass rush. Yes, and without him on the field, you just didn't see it. Day out, I was out there. He kind of was getting washed. I believe Montez Sweat was out there for a couple drives, and Montez Sweat wasn't really getting the pressure that you want. But I mean, brother, man, that pass rush is gonna be an issue. It's gonna be a problem. I think that we start to see it. If we had Austin Booker out there, then I feel like we probably would have been a little bit better. But all in all, man, that needs to be addressed. I don't know how you address it. I see everybody saying trade Jalen in the number one. I'm not trading Jalen Johnson for shit. I don't get this whole notion of trading.
You signed him. He got a heck of a deal. You saw the defensive backs right after he got signed. It was a masterful job that Poles did with that signing, because you saw everybody get paid like crazy. And well, we got a steal of a deal. That guy is a beast, I'm not. There's no way in hell I'm trading Jalen. No, I would figure out another way. You have to figure out another way. You have to keep the talent on your team. You don't take talent that is there and replace it with other talent, because you create another issue. So there's no way in hell I'm trading Jalen Johnson.
I do agree with him on one thing, and here's why. See, I'm more of a guy that sometimes I have the little conspiracy moments when it comes to the NFL and stuff. And what I saw was offensive line play. There was a lot of jersey pulling, but my issue is not with that. That whole not getting the holding calls is part of the game. Yeah. My problem is that when it's not called, you're seeing defending guys, hands in the air, pointing to the ref, and the play's still going on.
Still going.
I understand. It happened. We seen it. You know it. The player who held you knew it. Yep. Still continue to fight. You have to fight to get the call. And I think when it comes to that, you can't just like put your hands in the air because you didn't have your way when you thought you won a pass block rep. No. Fight to the ball. The play is not done yet. Finish the job. You can literally get held into sacking the quarterback. We've seen that happen in NFL in the NFL. So I mean, I just think that drive to finish needs to be polished off a little bit. Montez Sweat, I think he needs to do a little bit more than just push the pocket, because Mahomes is stepping up and the tackle couldn't seal it all, push the pocket enough. But yeah, I don't like the fact that they're putting their hands in the air when they're held. Like, we all know what's Kansas City's like motto for like the past 3 years. So you have to fight through that. You got to be a dog.
Hey, and you know what? It's a good thing that the whole last second half of the Bills game, Ben Johnson let all his coordinators, Declan Doyle, all those guys, go ahead and call the second half of the game. Because if that happens during the regular season and the game's on the line, Ben Johnson don't care. He's getting tossed. I'm calling it right now. Ben Johnson will probably get tossed. It's not 100% sure, but if things go sideways like that, he's going to put his foot down and he's going to get into some some Jersey's face, and you can be like, hey, listen, no, that was wrong. And he's going to toe the line. He's probably going to get tossed, and he's be like, all right, you guys are ready for this. It's all yours. Take over. Daddy will be back next week. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, I agree with you. I agree with you guys 100%. You got to play through the whistle, right? Right, Chris?
Exactly.
Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I'm telling you right now, you get a jersey of your choice entered into win, man. All you got to do is like, subscribe, share this video with all your friends and family. Thank you, everybody that's coming out. I see a couple new names in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate the view. Also, coming up here, we've got 4 games over at the Wind Creek Casino in Homewood, Flossmoor area. Go check that out in Chicagoland, man. That's going to be a good time. We're going to be up there with yours truly, and Jim Miller will be up there also, man. There's some pretty good games right there you can look at. You got the Lions. You got the, what do you call it? Week 6 is, what is that on the screen? Can you guys see that on the screen? Hold on. Is that the Bengals?
I'll see it.
Yep. Let me see here. Let me pull it out.
I think it's the comments, because we can't see because of the comment right there.
There we go. Washington. Washington Commanders week 6, Bengals week 9, and week 11 against the Vikings. Again, if we pack the house like we did last year, they might extend our programming. So we're hoping for that. We're hoping to have a good time, give away a bunch of cool stuff, hang out, ask questions, and party, and just celebrate our Bears, man. Just have a good watch party with Jim Miller. And like I said, you never know who's going to pull up. Guys got a lot of friends. We got a lot of friends. We're going to be deep in there. It's going to be a good time. We had maybe 4 or 5 seats empty. I'm saying bring more high tops. They got really nice leather recliner chairs, humongous jumbotron. This thing is massive. It is huge. Really good time, man. So you guys come on out, hang out with your boy. It's going to be a good time. Also, we're going to be up at Bridges Scoreboard also. That's another good place to hang out and do some watch parties with us. And hopefully some of my co-hosts, these guys will be able to come out here and hang out with us also. So with that being said, let's get back into this. And where are we at? How come I'm only seeing one of yous? What did I do to our screen? Let me see here. This is embarrassing. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Wonder when that happened. Wow. I have no idea.
I mean, I'd rather have one of you guys up there because I'm not looking my best today.
I say, brother, you was carrying the show for a good second, brother.
Hey, KB, I'm sorry. That hat, you pulling it all perfectly, brother. I gotta give credit when credit's due, man.
Yep.
If I had a hat, I'd tilt it to you, but all I got is forehead.
Nice. I'll tell you what, man. Patrick Mahomes, though, 8 for 13, 143 yards, 17.8 yards per throw, and a touchdown in limited action. Our secondary got cooked, man. Wright, who's fighting for a roster spot, got torched out there. Tyreek Stevenson gave up a touchdown too, and he looked a bit lost. Without Jalen Johnson as our cornerback number 1, man, this secondary lacks that leader to rally them, man. Kyler Gordon's back, which helps, but we need Johnson to lock it down on one side, man. And the defensive line, Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Andrew Billings, Javon Dexter, they were close to Mahomes, but couldn't bring him down. I'm throwing an asterisk out there. KC got away with some holding, no doubt, like you guys said earlier. But we got to finish those plays, guys. Chris, do you think this D line needs another piece? I've been banging the drum for a big guy, not a big name that costs us a lot in a huge trade like Trey Hendrickson. I don't want to do something like that because that's going to cost too much, right? But maybe sending a young guy like Tyreek Stevenson or a first rounder, is that too crazy in order to get ourselves another pass rusher? Or where would you like to see us? What would you like to see us do?
Honestly, I just think we need Jalen Johnson back because when you have another corner that can do well in man coverage, you actually can start to send other players to add more to the pressure. And so I think that's the reason why, they were sitting back in coverage a little bit more. Like you didn't have a lot of pressure in Mahomes' face because they were just sending 4. So when you have 3 guys that can cover, we've seen this at Dennis Allen when it was the Saints, he'll start sending linebackers. If the defensive line ain't getting it, he'll send linebackers. He'll play man coverage behind it so he can try to rush you to make a throw, see if he gets a pick, stuff like that. So, and also with the DBs, I don't really see it as very concerning. It's just that when you have a play go on for that long, it's hard to cover that. And it doesn't matter if you have an all-pro, Hall of Fame corner, whoever. It's because the receivers are looking for open grass. It just we need like extra pressure to get the guy on the ground. And I don't think we need it. I think we got everything we need in the build. It just we need the pieces to be on the field.
And, I kind of like what you said there because, KB, and you could help me out with this a little bit. We all know that Dennis Allen likes to disguise his back 7, right? He's known for that masterclass guy. He gave Tom Brady fits, man. Tom Brady is on record for saying this guy gave him nightmares, okay? So here's the deal. if you don't have your number one guy out there in Jalen, if Kyler Gordon is limited and you don't see him, all that kind of stuff going on, this makes a difference. Do you feel the same way that Chris does in this, KB, where if our secondary comes back healthy and all that kind of stuff and Grady Jarrett's out there, like you said earlier in the show, do you feel like, and then also to the point of you're talking about, Booker being out with that knee, if everybody comes back, are you okay with holding it down with what we got right now?
That's a tough question. Jalen coming back to me is big. Like you said, it's a hell of a thing to take one side of the field away. You've seen some of the greats do it in the past, the Richard Shermans of the world, where we just stayed on one side of the field and that side of the field became non-existent. Revis, same thing. I'm not trying to say that Jalen Johnson is Revis or Sherman, but you have enough film to see that folks usually don't pick on that man, and he has shown why. He's a hell of a corner in his own right. As far as the D-line, I do feel that when you have Grady Jarrett back, you'll get more pressure up the middle. Grady Jarrett is a pass rusher. He's going to get back to the quarterback, or he's going to help push the pocket in and push somebody to a Dayal, whatever his name is, whatever.
Let's go with that.
In Montez, you know what I'm saying? So getting some of these key guys on the field, I would love to see how it looks. Like I said, to me, not having Austin Booker is a big blow to me right now, because like just because of the energy, I'll say that before. Aiden Hutchinson kind of had that coming into the league. It wasn't just talent; it was also the relentless drive and hustle on the play. And Austin Booker kind of reminds me of that right now. That's why he's get those comparisons to a Max Crosby when he comes out, because Max Crosby necessarily didn't have all the talent right away, but Max Crosby had the relentlessness. I'm just gonna keep coming. I'm gonna keep beating you over the head and beating you over the head. Then eventually the dam is gonna break. Would I love to see us add somebody? Yes, absolutely. I don't know what avenue you go down right now. Do you try to reach out to the Cincinnati Bengals and see what they need on defense right now, or trade them an offensive piece? I don't know, but the Trey Hendrickson thing is that's always going to be interesting. To me, there's no way in hell you're getting Micah Parsons. The whole idea of that, it just sounds silly to me, because no matter what we all say or feel, Jerry Jones ain't letting that man leave. It's not going to happen.
Definitely not trade.
So now you start to look at some of the guys that are offshoots. I was going to say maybe you call a Zadarius Smith at some point and kick the tires on him. But like I said, I do feel we need somebody else, especially since Booker is out. But also got to see the full product on the field.
100%. And I agree with what you said right there, because here is the point with that. As hard as these guys are going in preseason, it's still preseason. So they're not – their throttle is probably like maybe 80-88%. So we're not really seeing everything. And they're still learning the playbook. They're going against real teams now. There was their first road game. A lot of stuff to be ironed out, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of firsts too. And like you said, you got to see the full product out on the field. I believe that. And with that being said, the Super Bowl champions Philadelphia Eagles, they had 43 sacks to the Bears 41. That's on defense, by the way. They took 43 sacks. We took 41. That's only 2 more sacks. So, yeah. I mean, sacks are important. So is pressure. Dennis Allen's going to get it dialed in. Trust the process. Trust Dennis Allen. He's been a masterclass man for almost a decade now. Great guy. Been in the league for many, many years. I love this staff as a whole. What you got, KB?
I just want to say this because I'm peeking at some of the comments, and Laz, I see what you're saying. The preseason means Zippo because we were 3-0 in the preseason last year. It looks different.
Yeah,
that's the point. Last year, you could tell there was no discipline. The starting units on both sides look shitty. The special teams look bad. It all looked bad, but as the game went on, we win because our 2s and 3s are better than everybody else's 2s and 3s. That's why. The preseason this year meant more to me because you see the growth. You see the first game we played, and it's okay, we need work. Then the Bills game happens, and it's like we look like we're polished. It's not about it being the preseason. It's about polish. We could have lost all 3 of these games. As long as you've seen the growth, that's all that matters. And every game you have seen growth. Yes, this last game, you kind of seen the step back, but they still bounced back and scored. They still had a bounce back drive where they did look polished. That's all it's about. How does the product on the field look? I don't give a damn about the wins. The wins feel great. The wins feel absolutely great. It's about how do they look. I don't give a damn about last year in the preseason. It's a totally different coaching staff.
Yep.
Totally different.
Not only that, but you also look at the field and how everything's looking different, but you're also paying attention to the mindset of the coach. Because the coach's mindset is different now. It's not just we won today, we're gonna celebrate the win, blah, blah, blah. No, it's we won. We still got a lot of work to do because we look bad out there.
Yeah.
Right.
We
how can we get better?
We're here, but the standard is here because of the talent we have. I'm not going to be happy because we won here. We need to be winning up here.
Right.
And that's what Ben Johnson and this coaching staff is bringing. And that's what looks different. And that's what's getting Bears fans excited. Even though we're hearing the coach is not happy, it's just good to see that a coach who's won a game is not happy because he knows we can do better. Other coaches was like, we won the game. So what? We look sloppy.
And you know
man, it's a different era.
Yeah, it's a totally different era. We need to, focus forward, put the blinders on because this coach is not worried about who's got the best dap at the club dub. He in the freaking, what do you call it? In the locker room. He's not worried about all that stuff, okay? He's about getting it right. I like what KB said. I like what Chris said. Makes perfect sense. We got it. We got to be laser focused and look forward, man. Quit looking back in the rearview mirror. That's why your windshield is a lot bigger than that rearview mirror, is because we're looking forward. We're laser focused. We're looking forward, not looking behind in the back, in the history, okay? We're looking at the future. We're looking at today, and that's what matters, man, because this year we are going to be the windshield and not the bug, and that's how I feel, man. So, but hey, listen, guys, let's get back on track, okay? Let's flip it back to the offense, man, because Caleb Williams had a mixed bag, man. Stat line looks solid. 11 for 16, 113 yards, 10 yards per throw, 73% completion, 1 touchdown. Preseason total, 17 for 25, 68% completion, multiple TDs. Not bad for a rookie, right? But most of his yards came in a 78-yard drive in the second quarter against KC's backups. He admitted it himself. He said, we all see it in the sense of we all see what we can be. We all see these flashes, and there's often some pretty good moments in the practice and in the games that we've had so far. Chris, what's your read on Caleb? Is this just a second-year growing pains, or should we be worried about these slow starts?
I would say the slow starts are kind of part of it. It's kind of rare that an offense just hits the ground running. But what I do like about this is that the quarterback is repeating the same thing the head coach's mindset is. We see the flashes. We want to get better, so it's not just flashes. It's a consistent thing. That right there is something you want as far as when you're a new head coach bringing in a new system, is what is the guy under center is literally pushing the same mindset. I like it. I would like to see more consistency right now and have them run the table as soon as we start. But the fact that it's a process and it looks like it's coming along just fine to some degree, I do like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. How do you feel about that, KB? Where are you at on that?
He looks like a quarterback who's learning a new system.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole offense is learning this system. So, I'm not to expect him to come out and look like Patrick Mahomes, who has been in the same system since he's been in the league. It's mind-boggling to me. That's they are just getting new calls. They're learning formations. He's doing things he hasn't typically done all his life with being under center. So now you got to be under center. We got a lot of motion that happens in this offense. It's a lot of moving parts. To expect somebody to come in and it to look perfect every time is, like I said, it's unrealistic. Seeing that people saying that he had 10 of his 11 completions were less than 10 yards. Sorry, it still shows growth to me, because Caleb last year held on to the ball and tried to play hero ball on 10 of those passes. And you get sacked. That's how you get 65 sacks. That's how you lead the league in sacks. Get the ball out your hand.
Yeah, get the ball right out of your hand. And we're going to get the ball right out of your hands right now and pass it over to Foster. Foster, how you doing, brother? Man, hey, you can't rush perfection, brother. Can't rush perfection.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you again, KB, man. How you doing, brother?
Good to see you. I'm doing good, brother. How you doing, man?
I woke up today, so it's good.
That you know where your glasses are at. That's good.
I'll ask you in a minute. So I caught just a little bit of what you were saying, because I'm so sorry I'm late. I was running behind. Yeah, shit happens.
Oh, you're good.
I didn't mean to swear. I don't know if I can.
You're good. Hey, everybody, really quickly. This gentleman is from one of the best shows in the area, man. BCP Productions. This guy's great, man. He's been there forever. Good dude. But yeah, man, take it away.
No, I was just gonna say, man. I forgot what you were just talking about. I don't know if you want to go there, but I broke this last game, KB. You guys down into 2 games. Obviously, I think a lot of people did.
Yep.
And we saw a team that was won 4 or 5 games last year against an annual Super Bowl team winner. I mean, so that first let's say 17 minutes, was it that long? I'm not even sure how long KC before they started plucking starters, but a real NFL game there. You know, it wasn't just preseason there in the beginning of that. And
right,
looking at what the Bears are and what Kansas City is, none of that surprised me. But the thing that these guys, that's the first time a lot of these guys have played together, even though we've got a lot of talent that's experienced.
Oh, I love that.
Hopefully some continuity was gained there, where these guys are getting to know each other, how they play, because we're going to go through these growing pains no matter what. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, we're good, we're set now, we're done. No, we've had terrible coaching for forever. Now we finally got a chance to have some of the best coaching in the NFL, in my opinion. Come in and take this team to the next level. I mean, look at the talent we got. There's things that need to be improved on. I mean, I can talk about seeing Braxton on his butt and just roll right down the line, but there's also some positives. So it's really what is this coaching staff going to do? And we were talking about this Thursday night on BCP, Thursday night, our Bears Country podcast on Bears Country Production. A lot of us older guys, this is like, okay, so this is the third good coaching staff we've seen in 60 years. That's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, but it's true.
Good point.
It's absolutely true.
Guys got bars.
So, and how we think we know what Ben Johnson's going to be. We know what we've seen, but this isn't Detroit. These aren't the same players. So I really think in the end, though, that we're going to end up being happy. It's not saying this year's going to be a cakewalk, but there's a lot of guys that know what they're talking about, running through play-by-play of every game, even the preseason games, and they're saying, maybe not this year, maybe by the end of this year, but this team is going to make Chicago Bear fans happy. And I'm finally saying it and believing it, because I thought maybe that was going to happen over the last 2-3 prior years, but things didn't feel right. And to me, they haven't felt this good since we signed Lovie Smith as head coach.
I agree, man.
And I mean it. You go back, you look at it, what's happened over the last 15 years. Look at the coaching staff, just look at the people that brought in there. Yeah, we could all be enthusiastic. Yeah, we could get on the bandwagon because we're the brainwashed freaking Bears fans who are just, we love our team to death. We love our team to death. And sometimes it hurts us. Hopefully we're on the right track, and this is a time-telling thing. I can't wait till that Minnesota game in prime time, because I think that's going to tell us a lot of where this team is at. We're going to have the growing pains. You guys go ahead, man.
Absolutely, Foster. I'm with you. Foster, I'm with you, man. I'm glass half full here also, man. Like you said, Caleb's still learning Ben Johnson's scheme, man. And going against KC's ones is no joke. He showed flashes, like you said, especially in that second quarter. But that fumble to start the game, now let's talk about the hero of the night, man. Let's talk about Tyson Bagent. He came in, okay, mop-up duty. He comes in. This dude is making a case for QB2, man.
Wait, I wanted to stop you because you talked about that fumble, the handoff, the mislaid handoff.
Yeah.
That was one of the critical points in the game. We were at 2nd and 3 there?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely critical. You got to make was the receiver going too fast? Should he have slowed down?
I think
Caleb got the ball to him quicker. Answer that.
I think it could have been, like you said earlier, this is where these guys are finally getting together. How many times did they actually do this, especially on a live field, live game against a team like Kansas City Chiefs preseason on the road? So there's some of that. They'll get that cleaned up. I agree. But like I was saying, man, this guy, Tyson Bagent, he comes in. He's seriously trying to make a case for QB number 2, man. That's what he's looking at. He went 20 for 28, 212 yards, 71.4 completion, almost 11 yards per throw, and 3 touchdowns, including that game winner to Jahdae Walker. Bears fans, I'm pumped up, man. We locked him up for 2 years, $10 million, up to $16 million with incentives. I'll tell you what, let's watch this video really quickly. I got a couple videos I've been dying to show you guys. It's very exciting, man. Here we go.
Throw. He's got Freeman. Freeman's there. And he holds on for the touchdown. Back in the end zone, Royce Freeman.
Really a nice job by Luther Burden, sucking up some of the coverage right through the middle on a slant. Kind of took the defense with him.
Love that, man. Love that laser throw. He got out of there. He got off script. He moved a little bit, created a little bit of separation, threw it right in there into that running back. And that guy, he just took the field. We barely just freaking got that guy. He just became a Chicago Bear. Bagent hits him. He catches. He can be trusted. He's a veteran out there, and boom. I love it. I love that touchdown. That was very cool, Here's one that everybody's been talking about right here, man. The Jahdae Walker, man. Wow. Here we go. Check this out, man. Watch this guy's moves, too, man. This guy's a dancer.
7 seconds to go. Bagent will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Walker gets the touchdown. What a comeback by the Chicago Bears. 6 yards on the play. Walker with the touchdown.
Well, it's perfect coverage. It just happens to be a perfect pass. He's right in position. It goes right in between, over the left shoulder, right next to his face mask.
I tell you that right now. Look at those two guys right there. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Your hips don't lie, not just to Shakira, but also to Andy Reid, man. He's looking up there like a tea kettle right there, like this, He was not happy. Chris Brown, what do you think about that touchdown, bro?
That touchdown just shows the veteran knowledge that Tyson Bagent brings when he's as a second-string quarterback. When you look at that play piece by piece, even the receiver as well. He's checking the DB. He's not looking back, looking at the receiver, throw it right over his head. Ball placement, timing perfect. Receiver, laid hands. That's something you don't really see a lot from from a lot of receivers. It's usually the greats that do it, but late hands make it hard for the DB to read where the ball's going to be based off of your body motion. So just from that perspective right there, that play was just picture perfect. And I think Tyson Bagent, don't get me wrong, I love him as a backup, but don't be surprised if a lot of teams start calling for him because of the simple fact that how he's been playing in his preseason.
I agree. KB, what do you got to say about that, man? That Jahdae Walker.
I was gonna say, first of all, Mahomes saying "damn," and then the look on Andy Reid's face. You think they give a damn that it's just preseason?
Yeah. I didn't.
I'm just saying.
I'm not no CIA operative, FBI expert, but lip reading is not my high thing. But I don't see nothing about it's just preseason. There's none of that.
Right? No, them boys is out there playing to win. Andy Reid I guarantee you he wanted to win that game. But just going back to what I said, man. I seen somebody said Jahdae Walker was a D2 guy. If he was a D2 guy, that was before he was at Texas A&M. Jahdae Walker he has looked special this preseason, man. He's shown up more than just one time. And I think this game just kind of put the cherry on top for me, man. He had some big plays on that drive. That one catch on the sideline where they thought he was out, and they showed it was a catch because he actually got the second foot down. Ooh, sir, there's no way in hell Jahdae Walker touches my practice squad. Yeah. Jahdae Walker is on that 53.
Beautiful catch. You got to have that connection too. You got to have that connection with Bagent to Jahdae Walker. Heck, Caleb might be like, bring him out. I want some of that. Yes. You know what I mean? So
I was gonna say, man, Bagent seems to have really good chemistry with Walker and the other guy, Alexander. They seem to build trust in him and with him. Hey, I'm gonna be open, get me the ball. You've seen the Walker in the first preseason game. You've seen, like I said, Walker, Alexander in the first preseason game. You see Jahdae in these other games. So, like I said, to me, I would say Alexander is another one to me that'd be kind of pushing sneakily for the 53. If you decide to keep 6 wide receivers. But yeah, there's absolutely no way Jahdae Walker touches my practice squad.
Does he
at all.
Teams at all? Is there any way to make room for him for there? Or
he was a special teams guy too. They said that he was number 2 on the team in special team tackles. They said the one that led in front of him was Hippolyte.
That's awesome. That's good to know. Foster, what do you got to say about? Really quickly before we pass over to Foster, Squeegee's in the building. He's giving a shout out to this guy Foster there. Travel well, Foster.
Squeegee, good. We go way back, man. Right on, Chris and KB. I'm used to this KB above me. Chris, I've seen you before because I catch stuff all around, just not as much lately. So I am aware of who you are, but that's been KB for too long. I don't know what else to do, man. I'm gonna go get my Irish wig and be Chris Watts again, KB.
Oh man,
remember that one? But you know, I'm going to go back and touch with KC. They wanted to win that game. There is so much conflict and so much crosswire with the Bears and KC. I mean, Mahomes was supposed to be drafted here. We've got a bunch of their players. Poles came from here. So that was a game definitely where everybody on both sides of that ball wanted to win. It wasn't a regular preseason game.
Right.
And then on the offense, I mean, who would have thought if you're talking, Chicago Bears, there's no way you would think how freaking stacked we are at wide receiver. I mean, somebody's going to catch a break somewhere from our practice squad. Somebody's probably going to get poached. I mean, it could be Alexander, it could be Scott. I'm just saying somebody's going to be happy again taking somebody from our practice squad. It'll be every year since Poles has begun drafting for us if they do this year, because they've gotten somebody every year. Somebody's been poached. And then just the continuity that Bagent had, because here, Bagent's, man, the guy, how many games has he played in? Because we know he's played in more collegiate games at quarterback than anybody else, at least when he was drafted into the league. And then he's just a consummate student. I'm hoping Caleb Williams will lean more that way. That's another reason I like having the old guy around. I can't remember his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Case Keenum.
And do you guys think, I want to throw this in there, I want to just ask this question. You think Tooney's got any effect on the rest of these guys on this offensive line? Because I do.
Bro.
I think he's got some major effect, more than just the coach, and Chris has got his finger up. Go ahead, Chris.
That's a bar.
Okay. So a while back, Tracks, remember when we talked about the flexibility of these offensive line and these draft picks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One guy stood out to me when he played left guard, and that was Newman from Michigan State.
Newman, he played 3 positions.
Newman.
He played 3 positions in that game, and he killed all of them. He did great. Go ahead.
Played the whole game.
You got me excited.
There was a lot of push when they ran the ball.
Yeah.
Not this game, the game before it.
Yep.
He got a lot of push on that left side when it came to running the ball, and he was able to hold his own for a good length of time when it comes to his pass blocking.
Yeah.
Now you couple that with the fact that you have Trapillo, who has literally played, I believe, both left and right tackle during his preseason too.
Yes, sir.
It's setting this up, because guess who plays next to an All-Pro if he's the left tackle and would be learning from the All-Pro when he comes to that guard.
Love it.
Like that, it's the perfect mentor for an offensive line, especially when you got 2 guys that can play 2 to 3 positions on the offensive line. It's starting to look like a little bit like poetry, but it has a level of attitude. You know what I'm saying? The words attack you. But you sit there and you just love it. You just love the physicality, and I like it. I like it.
Well, you remember Jim Miller a while back. He told us that Dan Rushar is as good as advertised. We need to get him as offensive line coach. He's a stud. Michigan State coach, all that, blah, blah, blah. Listen, he studied Newman, and he said he was a dog. You go look at Olin Kreutz right now on XM. He loves Newman. So I love what you're saying, and it dovetails perfectly with what's going on. You got your veteran leadership there. Everybody wanted us to go out and get like stud, draft, trade, all this and that, whatever. Fine. But listen, these guys are installed right now, ready. Jonah Jackson, all these guys, man. Drew Dahlman, and don't worry about these freaking – I'm sick and tired of you guys blowing up my inbox about these Madden ratings. I told you Drew Dahlman wasn't that good. He's only a 79 overall on Madden. I'm like, really? Is that what we're worried about? I mean, come on, dude. Play with it.
Hey, man, Roquan went from an 89 on the Bears to when he went to the Ravens, they're jumping up to a 96, 97. But it's the Bears.
This is not the Jets. We do not base our roster based off of Madden rating. We watch the play on the field.
You guys, I got to just throw this in there. I've been saying this since the 70s, and my dad said it before me. There's coast bias when it comes to teams in the Central. East and West Coast have been biased against us, at least guaranteed, since Monday Night Football came on the air in 1970. I kid you not. If you go back through the seasons, I mean, I've seen it all. I'm just sick of it. So I like to throw that out. People argue that, but I'm going, dude, I've been watching it since 1975. It's been the same crap. Finally, in more recent times, have guys on the West Coast and a guy or two on the East Coast been saying some better things about the Bears. But I'm telling you guys, for 50 years, there's a coast bias, and nobody talks about it. And then people make these statements, and I go, yeah, let's see where that guy's from and who he follows. And I mean it. You check around. There's been a coast bias against the Bears and the Vikings and the Packers and the Lions and a couple other teams that used to be the St. Louis Cardinals. So, and I'm just there's a coast bias that's been here forever, and I'd like to see that go away too. Sorry for my little rant.
No,
I had to bring it out. Shorty sees this, he's going to be laughing at me because I do it about once a year.
So many people all the time. My buddy Tony, he's part of our podcast all the time. He talks exactly what you do. 50, 54, 50 something years old. He says the same stuff, dude. And I, you know what? Same thing with the refs. We just unpacked that before you came in the show earlier. KB and Chris both talked about it in length about how these refs, they took the favor of Kansas City, man. And to the point was what Chris said, and I agree with it. Let the play be called, whatever. We all saw it. You can't have your hands up in the air trying to point. The play's still going on. Play through the whistle. Let Ben Johnson and the rest of the coaching staff figure it out, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. But like I said, Bagent started out slow too, though, against KC's 2s and 3s, which is a little concerning. But he turned it on. And that final drive, electric. We just unpacked Jahdae Walker, man. This rookie is going to be a problem, man. He's building chemistry with both Caleb and Tyson. Chris, is Walker locking down a starting spot in this room? I mean, how do you feel about it? Do you think he could potentially – so I mean, it's kind of hard, dude. You'd almost have to run like a open like 5 or 4 wideouts from time to time just in order to get all these mouths fed. You know what I'm saying?
4 wideouts.
I mean,
the old Detroit offense. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, if you have the right amount of talent, everybody got to eat, but everybody ain't got to eat the same size plate. So when you look at it this way, we have a coach that can literally, scheme a guy into the playbook, can have some plays for himself. I wouldn't say starting as of yet, but if he keeps elevating his play like he's doing right now, I wouldn't see a problem with it. And honestly, it would seem like more of a luxury because now you got the 2 tight ends, you got the 2 receivers, now you got another receiver, you got a running back, you don't know where the ball is going, no matter what the formation or what the play call is going to be.
Yes.
That stresses the defense out.
Love that.
The defensive coordinator would have no hair in his head going about how to stop this offense if it's consistent.
Hey,
so
to your point, Chris, he was on the outside. He wasn't lined up as a slot. But when you look at him, your first initial read is this guy is a slot guy. But he lined up on the outside and got that touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So he could play both sides. And like you said earlier, like Ben Johnson likes to do, make the same thing look different. Do the same thing, but make it look different. So there's going to be a lot of camouflage, and I like it. Yeah, but with that being said, I mean, listen, I like what's going on. Now Ben Johnson's got me hyped because he's not letting this team coast, guys. We might have to ebb and flow a little later after that opening game. Usually it takes up until the bye week, and I think it's a place where, we just want to take a look at the right time to really identify who we are and what we're going to be for the rest of the season. And I think that's a good point, is at the bye week to really see what's going on. Do you feel, KB, that is a good point to take a look at this team and see, is this what we got, or do you think it'll still be growing after that, KB?
I feel like this team will probably growing the entire season, man. I don't think there's going to be a point where it's a solid, hey, I think we're good. I think this is going to go all the way to the end of the season. And I'm of the mindset that I feel the Bears could possibly push for a playoff spot this year.
Yeah.
Not saying that we are, but I'm saying I feel we'll be right in the thick of things this year. I don't suspect us going 5-12 again this year. I feel we'll be a little bit more competitive this year. Yeah, man. Like I said, I think this going to be a full year thing of growing. It'll never be a point where we're sitting here and we're like, oh, we're just good.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about that, Foster? Do you agree with what he's saying?
I do. I'm just hoping that as we get closer to the end of the season, that things just look better as time goes on. We progress and become better. And there's a bunch of guys that do this scouting stuff for a living, and they're saying that that's going to happen. So I'm going to go with it just from what I've watched these last 3 preseason games and what I've seen the last 50 seasons. But
Yeah.
I it's there's a different feeling. I didn't have the same feeling when we hired Eberflus or Nagy or any. I couldn't stand Nagy. Never wanted him from the beginning. I shouldn't even say that name, but we're on a really good path for the first time in a long time. I can see it. Everything's not going to work out perfect. We know that. What's up, Laz? But I feel, dude, I'm KB. I'm like, Chris, I'm just like, this has got to be it, because when you see all these coaches up at the podium talking, there's nothing that sounds stupid or half-assed put together. It's just things that are the way they see them. No dancing around. I always hated that with some of the previous regimes. They wouldn't quite give you an answer. It'd be one of those runaround things where you could ask them 2 questions and they'd never really answer the question. I mean, we've seen it. I don't think we're real with these coaches. And then here's another factor that I know we've all talked about. As a matter of fact, Chris, I remember the accountability factor that's going on in that clubhouse. And it's the right way too. You hold the person accountable. You don't sit there and yell and scream it out. It's not in the newspaper. It's not at the podium. You can maybe say stuff the way Ben Johnson has said about players, but then he always comes back to, yeah, well, you know what? We're going to get better than that. We'll improve on this. I know we can. We have the capability. These guys are smart. They're working hard, and that's what we need. We're going to make mistakes. We got to clean them up for when it counts. And really, those first 2 quarters, I think, considering because man, it could have been worse. Do you think they could have just kept spiraling even into the second half, and even going into the second quarter? But they didn't. That's the thing. They didn't give up. How many times in the past 4 or 5 seasons
Give up.
prior
Hold like a
that,
lawn chair.
did you see players on the field giving up? Dude, you run after them. What the hell? Why aren't you chasing them?
Yeah, I agree.
I hope I'm not screaming at the TV with a lot of stuff like that this year again, Chris Trax, because I don't want to do it.
You sounded like me.
I've been doing it since we drafted Walter Payton. I've been yelling at this TV. Well, not this one. That's like 7 TVs ago, but
Listen, Foster, I love that Johnson's keeping that pressure on our team, man. This team's got talent, man. 424 yards, 26 points per game in the preseason. But he knows preseason wins don't mean diddly squat if we're sloppy in the regular season.
Yep.
The Bears are one of the most exciting young teams in the NFL, but we got to start faster. Chris, what's the one thing this team needs to fix the most before week 1? What would you say? Offense, defense,
execution. And when they have momentum, keep building. Don't destroy it. And that fumble, it took away that momentum, and it took away that confidence. They got to instill that confidence and come with that confidence into the building that, hey, we could dominate this team when we're on our A game. And today we're going to be on our A game. And even if play doesn't go well, you should have the confidence that when we kick on this A game, they're not going to be able to stop us. And it's a confidence thing. That last drive shows it. It's confidence in coaching of the players. It's confidence in execution. It's confidence in your teammates. It's confidence of where you're supposed to be. It's confidence of whether you can make the throw. When you are confident, you play a whole lot better than when you're hesitant. It's confidence.
And what about the confidence that carried through to the new season of the new year when we won in Green Bay? We're 1-0. Caleb's 1-0. This offense is 1-0. And I'll tell you what, carrying it over, like you said, the last whistle, the last score, we end up beating Kansas City crescendo, carrying it over, man. I love what you said. I love the energy. And guess what? If it was the opposite, we'd hear all the boos and all the naysayers saying, preseason, they lost the games and all that. Well, guess what? It's just a preseason game. So what do those losses matter? Everything matters. Like you said earlier, we were talking about how we were looking at Andy Reid and we were looking at Patrick Mahomes. They wanted to win that game. They were like sitting back, poetry in motion, like, oh man, Jahdae Walker, nice catch. This stuff matters, man. It really does. Foster, what say you, man? What's the one thing we need to clean up? Offense, defense, or something else?
He's absolutely right. It's execution on both sides of the ball. These guys got to know what they need to be doing, and they have to do it on a consistent basis with continuity with the guys around them. Because football is not an individual sport. We know that.
Right, I agree.
I played, dude. We had a team. We had a team that went 14-0.
Yeah.
And this is in 1977. And then the next two teams, after some of those guys left, who were the disciplinarians who kept everybody in line, I think we were 1-21 for losing 7 or 8 guys. Same coach, same system. It's not like the teams knew we could adjust. I actually played in the T formation, believe it or not, because you could do anything out of that formation.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yep.
So it's and that was it too. And looking back at it as I'm going from that league to the next, I said, man, we stopped being together as a team when those guys left because there was nobody there to put their fist down and say, okay, guys, we got to do this again till we get it right. We went through those last 2 years lackadaisical, and that showed because we won one game. We went from a perfect record to winning one game. And a lot of guys, I'd probably say 55, 60% of our team was still on the team for all 3 years. So that's the other thing too that we haven't had until recently is we haven't had the veteran leadership that we have, and on both sides of the ball. I mean, more so on the offense, just bringing Tooney and makes. I kept telling everybody, I'm like, man, I hope it spreads like a disease across that line. The methods, the motives, the ways that Tooney goes about his job. I hope everybody gets sick with that disease.
Yes, I agree, man.
Tooney flu, pass it around.
All right, Bears.
All pro-itis.
There you go. All right, Bears Nation, we're wrapping up here, but I got to say, this team's got me fired up, man. Ben Johnson's intensity, Caleb's potential, Bagent's clutch plays, Walker's emergence. This is a squad with big dreams, but we need to clean it up, man. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's got you hyped or worried heading into the regular season? Like this video, subscribe, and join for this giveaway of a custom jersey of your choice. Like I said, we just gave away one last month and one the month before. Cheryl, she picked out the Devin Hester one. Excellent choice. Brand new Hall of Famer. So, and also, by the way, the Pro Football Hall of Fame is working on us with getting a few interviews. One most notably Hester. I hope he says yes. And I hope this works out. That'd be great to interview Hester, wouldn't it, guys? I would love to have that guy on our show, man. But make sure you guys enter in for that jersey of your choice, guys. Please hang out with us, man. We get some good, handsome young guys with lots of knowledge in here, like Foster and Chris Brown, Sonic the Hedgehog, all these guys, man. I tell you what. Chris, final thoughts. What's your vibe heading into week 1, bro? What are you thinking, man? Give me you can even throw out a score prediction if you'd like so, sir.
I believe week 1's going to be whoever offense comes out more polished, more confident, because of the simple fact that Minnesota, their new quarterback, we don't know we don't know what he's going to bring to the table. Yes. And then at the same time, Chicago, instead of new quarterback, it's new coaching, new system, new ways of attacking, and some new pieces. So, I mean, it's kind of going to be another one of those things where it's like, is Ben Johnson's offense polished enough to take on a Brian Flores defense who is as complicated as it comes?
Whoa, and then, that's a bar.
And then now you got to see about
Flores.
How's this new quarterback and his actual first NFL season going to hold up against a Dennis Allen defense that attacks, runs man coverage, and they love to get after rookies.
Woo!
So it's a test match on both sides.
Bro, those were bars, man. That was awesome. We got to have you back week 1, man. Unbelievable. I love it, man. You left with a smoking gun. I got nothing on that. What about you?
I even had a good line to add because I'm just sitting here going, yup, he's fucked. He's dead on, dude. Dead on. Everything coming out of her mouth. And then I was like, I was going to add something. I can't remember what it is. Oh, I know. Because I agree. I'm agreeing with every word you said, Chris. I just want Dennis Allen. I want that defense to go after McCarthy immediately. Do not let him get any comfort level from the second that clock starts ticking. Because I think it's his first NFL game that he's ever played in. I know he's been on the team. I know he's been going through the motion. But this is his first game in prime time. Don't let him get comfortable in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, sir.
And both sides of the ball got to be better than what we've seen in this last preseason game. That first 20 minutes, they got to be better. They got to execute better, which you talked about, Chris. Because man, if Caleb is a little quicker, maybe if the what's his name? See, I can't even blame the receiver because he's running that play. That this is the muffed handoff. He's running that play. So I mean, execution. Better be right, or you're gonna have a problem. We all know it. So.
Absolutely. I do want to touch on this real quick. Squeegee, yeah. He knows my love language, man. What's your assessment of left tackle? I'll tell you right now, with what I see right now with Ben Johnson, and we'll review that video one more really quickly. Hold on, let's go ahead and do it. Get your popcorn. Let's watch this again. You'll be able to see it this time over here, Foster. It's a good one. I'm sure you've seen it already. Here we go. This is brought to you by CHGO. We do not owe the rights. CHGO does. Here we go.
Held the ball for, it was like 5 seconds, I think.
Sounds like good protection.
And took a sack.
See. Last week was a really good start for us. This week it wasn't quite the same. It didn't feel like. So once again, we'll take a look at that and we'll see what we need to address with it.
Sounds like good protection. I will back up what Ben Johnson says with the thumb up. I think we got a good enough serviceable offensive line. If we don't next year, I would like to talk to you about a guy that Jacob Infante, who's been on the show with us, helps us out a lot. He's Windy City. He said that take a look at a guy from Utah at left tackle. He believes because we'll be drafting somewhere in the 20th round with, 8, 10, 11 wins. He didn't say that. I'm just projecting that's probably where he's looking at us in the first round. If we're going to get an offensive lineman, a left tackle in the first round, he's saying go look at that guy. So with that being said, whoever is lining up at the left tackle position, don't be surprised if that's not your starting left tackle next year, and maybe even the running back next year also. But we'll see. Right now, it's all by committee. I think it's looking good. And if you look at all 32 teams, not one team has a beautiful offensive line front to back. There's always somebody, and that's where Ben Johnson's best work is going to come in. And the offensive coach, Dan Rushhour, he's going to get these guys ready and together. And like you guys were saying earlier about, having Thuney there at left guard, he's going to help out the left tackle a lot. When I had played left tackle, I had a guy help me in on that inside, B gap blitz. When a guy was coming in, he would help me out because he knew I was weak there and I needed a little help till I get it figured out, So it takes that. It takes a guy like that to help out that left tackle. I think we'll be fine. So just trying to answer Squeegee's question there. I hope I helped out a little bit. Would you guys like to add anything to that?
As far as the left tackle goes, okay, so Braxton's very serviceable. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's terrible. He's not as bad as everybody thinks.
Right.
There's too many. Shouldn't say. I'm saying it wrong. There's too many naysayers against the dude when he's going to get a big contract next year.
Foster, his whole career, he hasn't even had a good offensive line coach. Now somebody's actually going to be able to tell him how to do, and he's going to mature, and he has to mature really fast too.
Well, he's got to do it really quick, and that was like the minute we acquired Thuney, I was like, okay, this literally, and I said it on my show, this could be what Braxton Jones needs because his biggest thing, as we all know, is his bull rush. Now he was on his butt the other night. I don't know if you guys saw it last night. He was on his butt.
Yeah.
But that's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
As long as it isn't like 3 or 4 times a game, maybe once every 3 or 4 games. But, and then with the depth, because I've been complaining about this, me and PJ on my show for 3 years. Depth and the interior offensive line. Well, I believe we've I believe we've straightened out those three guys on the interior offensive line. And looking at the depth now, Newman, I don't know if you guys know this. Greg Gabriel actually picked up the phone and got a hold of Ryan Poles.
Oh, nice.
And brought Newman completely to his attention. And I don't know for sure what was real, but there was a Twitter thing from Ryan Poles thanking Greg Gabriel for his insights and information on Newman. And I don't know if you guys knew that.
No, I had no idea. No idea. That's awesome.
So just a heads up there on that.
Well, thank Greg for that. I appreciate it. I'm sure Dan did have something to say, especially being the alma mater coach for offensive line coach. Yeah, you're right. It takes a guy like him to pick up the phone and help, push that along. I'm sure it helped,
And then the youth. These guys, it looks like we got a backup. I mean, I didn't really want Trapillo to be our backup right tackle.
Right.
But that looks like that's going to be his better position. I don't know what happened when they were when they were practicing with the Bills. There was a decision made to slot him in as a backup right tackle, at least at this point. And then, I mean, we've got some talent there that we still don't know how they're going to shake out and develop. As far as the offensive line, Bill Murray, there's another name, he's been hurt. Newman. So both of those guys, you're looking at three positions with both of those guys that they can play. So the versatility, which the coaches love, I just think we're in good shape for the first time in like 5 or 6 seasons with the offensive line.
Thank you.
Because it's been crap for 4 years in a row.
Yes, sir.
And
not everybody.
The depth might be better than it's been in 10 years.
Foster, I don't care what anybody says. Not everybody could be 21 years old, stud, first string offensive lineman out of college. Somebody has to be a veteran with repetitious leader retention. Thuney has been able to block for Tom Brady. He's also been able to block for Patrick Mahomes. Now he's blocking for Caleb Williams. I think it's going to be great.
Thuney could play center if he wanted to. That's how good that guy is. First ballot Hall of Fame.
Oh, you're making me blush just talk about it. I love it. What about you, Chris? What about you, Chris?
Braxton Jones. The saying is pressure busts pipes, or it makes diamonds. Now I'm not saying he's a diamond, but I am saying the pipe ain't bust yet. So I will say that this particular time his play, it's been decent. It's been decent. It's been better than it was before. And I think it's because of that pressure of the young guys that they brought into that locker room, as well as also bringing in Thuney, because that right there, you're bringing the knowledge, and then you're bringing a reason why to go even harder. Plus, he was coming back from an injury when camp started. So the challenge presented himself. And the fact that he's able to get himself in the position to where he's running with the ones and not really the twos, it says a lot on the work he's put in camp this season. Now, we both know me. You go back, check the footage. I'm not a big fan of Braxton Jones, but I gotta call a spade a spade. And then now, because he's playing better, what it does to those rookies is it adds more depth. Depth is something that keeps NFL teams alive during the season if they're trying to make a playoff run.
Love that. That's good. Yes.
I'm excited, but I'm excited. Or as of right now, I don't really trust it when it comes to Braxton Jones because we still ain't see an NFL game yet. But based off of preseason, what I've seen, it shows that he stepped it up a notch. And I'm willing to be like, yo, let's see how this dude does it. If he balls, then you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a different left tackle we looking at. We probably ain't got to look for a better one in the draft. But if he doesn't, got to look at these rookies and see what they can do.
Yeah, and we got Kareem Amagaji too, man. I mean, it's the list is deep, just like Foster was saying. We've got so many guys in there, and it's good, man. The Benedict, the Eagle guy, I like him too, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I really feel like this offensive line coach, Dan Rushire, let's let him do his job, man. He's been a masterful class offensive line coach. He knows what he's looking at. He's going to get these guys. I mean, you guys saw the clip where he was saying, about Braxton, where he was saying, like, in practices, Braxton looked good. Then when it come to the game, he forgot everything. He went back to his whatever that is, and we can't have anyone on the team, much less our left tackle, play like that. So he's calling it out on Jump Street. He's calling him out on the carpet. He's not going to allow that, and I love that, you know. And I think, like you said, the pipe ain't busted yet, so let's see what happens. Let's make some diamonds. Let's go. I mean, I'll even take. Hey, right now, I'll even take some of that cubic zirconium. You know, I'll take that.
Hey man, if it shines, it's fine with me.
That's a job. Let's go. All right, guys. Hey, listen. It's been a pleasure, and that's it for Bears on Tracks. We're back next week on Monday night at 6 p.m. Central and Thursday for those Monday night and Thursday night watch parties. So, like I said, guys, let's lock it in and let's get some more Bears fire. So stay locked in and bear down, Chicago. Appreciate you. Thank you, Foster. Thank you, Chris Brown. Foster, once again, tell them where they can find you, bro.
Oh, you can find me on YouTube. I think we're on like 9 platforms. I don't even know what they are, man.
That's awesome.
So wherever you get your podcast, you can probably go find Bears Country Productions, and we've got 2 shows now. We're going to add some more shows. So
that's awesome.
We're trying to catch up to this guy over here, and maybe someday we will. But if we don't care.
Oh,
it's all about the Bear fandom and having fun. And
yeah.
you guys are awesome. I appreciate you having me on the show tonight. Letting me be with you guys. So thank you.
Oh man,
Chris,
pleasure is all ours. Yeah, thank you.
Thursday nights, 8:00 Central. You can see me. I'll
go.
scream and yell about the Bears every Thursday night.
All right, we'll be there. All right, bear down, guys.
Peace. Chris.